Hey guys, Cam from 15 back it up with another video for you guys. Back with another episode review of Clevatess as we are continuing on with this show. And my goodness, man, this episode definitely sets the stage for what's going to be a crazy next week. You got Alicia versus Drell. You got basically Clevatess taking Luna to basically this burial site to unlock his powers, and legitimately you have a war breaking on between this magic empire and then obviously the kingdom, where I'm guessing we're seeing Luna's mother trying to fight, right? But this episode was absolutely insane, right? Absolutely crazy. And yeah, let's get into it. But the episode starts off obviously after Alicia and Clevatess took care of that one bat bug dude from Drell's army, and the only one that they have captured is that like telepathic girl, or the girl with like the force abilities, right? You know, and essentially it's funny because they're asking her like, "Hey, what's Drell's purpose? Why is he doing what he's doing?" And she's like, "Look, man, I don't know what the heck he's doing, right?" So she's like, "Look, I don't have time to worry about this or waste time on you guys. So I'm gonna get out of here." And she legitimately like, so she was wearing armor, right? She literally slips out of the armor and says, "Okay, I'm good now." And she legitimately starts flying away. She then comes across one of the villagers and Nellaru, who was holding Luna, and she's like, "Well, I'm gonna take this carriage now, and I'm gonna take you to Drell, so I don't get in trouble, because that's what I'm supposed to do. My job is to take you to Drell, and so then I'm able to do what I need to do, right?" So she ends up doing that, right? Which it was absolutely crazy that she was doing all this nonsense and all this crap that she was doing, right? So essentially, what happens is Alicia and Clevatess, they basically show up to just rain on the parade, and Alicia's like, "I know you know that this is a regalia, so guess what? I know you're not going to stop me. So you're gonna do what I say, and that's and you're gonna take us to Drell. And now that we know you're where you're going, I'm gonna go confront him. I'm gonna go get my revenge, excuse me, on my father for Drell killing him, right?" So that's the thing. And also too, they're also speaking about the other dark lords and everything. And Clementis makes a mention about how Drell has dark ichor in him. And he asks the girl, is like, "Hey, how do you know about this?" And she's like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about." So clearly Drell, and they basically imply that Drell is using the abilities of a dark lord, or he may actually be a dark lord, or a dark monster, or a dark beast, and it might not, and he's just using Drell's body. Because that's the thing there, because he's got dark ichor. Now, Clevistus does say in the battle, before the fight, like he can't get involved in the fighting and reveal who he truly is, because that would give it away. Plus, with another dark monster potentially playing a role in this, well, he said like, "Yeah, I'm not. There's no chance I'm getting involved in this. So you're gonna be on your own, Alicia, to take him down and get your revenge, right?" So Alicia's like, "Fine, I'll have it no other way." Now, we have it to where we cut over to the kingdom, right? And we see Luna's obviously mother, and she's basically rallying the troops to fight against Drell, because they know, okay, Drell's army, his force is coming, and they're gonna come like you would think. And they do the whole thing where she doesn't care. She's like, "Look, we're going to take the fight to him. I'm not going to back down, or I'm not going to try to negotiate some peace treaty or some peace deal with this dude. No, we're going to go, and we're going to go do this thing, and we're going to essentially go crazy on this dude." And she has like this mallet, and she's ready to go, right? Also, I did like the fact, because I was watching the episode this morning, I'm like, "Oh, she's voice acted by Astra Yao's voice actor from Zenless Zone Zero, a game that I play on the channel." That was surprisingly, that was the one chapter I actually did not do on the channel. So yeah, I did not do that. Maybe in one of these dead periods, I'll actually go and do that chapter, but I don't think. But anyways, she's obviously voice acted by, I think her name is Molly Zhang. I love her Astral voice as well as her channel that she does when she does Zenless content. It's absolutely hilarious. But I was like, oh, it's Molly that's voice acting to this girl. But yeah, so anyways, Drell shows up and he just blows up the front gate, right? He shows up and the one queen is like, "Look, I'm gonna take you down," right? And she doesn't back down. She tries to fight, but see, Drell obviously is a lot stronger, and he's getting the upper hand on her to the point it looks like he's about to choke her out to death. But then obviously Alicia and the others show up, and Alicia then attacks and confronts Drell. And Drell remembers her. He's like, "Oh, you're that one girl from who my friend, who's the daughter of my former friend, right? Her father, right?" Um, so that's the thing. Now, also too, the queen knows, like, hey, that's the hero Alicia. Like, what is she doing here and things like that. So you just have it to where they're clashing. So next week, from what the next episode preview goes off on, it looks like they're gonna have a fight, but at the same time, we're gonna get a flashback of her father and Drell's relationship. Now, in the meantime, Clevatess is like, all right, while she's distracting him, we're gonna basically find this power source that we need to go get to, right, and find out some truths. So basically, it's funny how they get to there. Like, it's at this old cemetery, at this old burial site, and it basically lays waste to, I think, one of Luna's family members, right? And it's also implied that his father's dead too, Luna's father. They go to this one burial site. There was like this other part of the kingdom's forces that were there, and it's funny because Clevatess is telling Nellaroo, like, hey, you have, like, with the dark ichor in my body, or in your body, or my dark ichor in your body, you're a lot stronger. And it's funny because she pushes like this freaking cement part of the wall, and it absolutely almost kills the freaking kingdom people, right? And then as obviously Clevatess is walking up, he uses his like shadow abilities to sink them in so they don't see who he is and things like that. But it was absolutely crazy to say the least. But that's where we kind of get left off in the cliffhanger, where they're approaching the door, and basically Clevatess is like, all right, Luna, do your magic, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens next week, especially the fact that Alicia is gonna be fighting against Drell, and she's using her own regalia versus his regalia, and we know Drell is crazy strong, so it's gonna be interesting to see how Alicia does against Drell. But I guess we'll find out as the episode goes on, or as the show goes on. But again, like I said, I'm liking Clevatess. I always wake up to watching Clevatess, typically mostly after Shield Hero, if Shield Hero has a dub, right, that comes out. But that's the thing. I watched Clevatess today first before I watched Shield Hero, but you get my point. But anyways, that's all I gotta say for this week's episode of Clevatess. So if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Clevatess content or any other anime content I upload to the channel and things like that. And then again, I'm gonna probably do this for some of my other reviews that I'm doing leading up to Saturday. But me and my co-host, who typically is on the channel that does dual episode reviews with me for some of the animes we review together, we are actually going to be going to Anime Impulse in Orange County, which is in Anaheim, California. It's going to be our first anime convention we're ever going to. We were just going to, one, because it's in the area, and then two, I know one of his favorite voice actors, Amelie, is going to be there, so he wanted to see Amelie if we can manage to catch her and everything. So we will actually be going to Anime Impulse in Anaheim, California, at the convention center. It'll be your first anime convention. It's I wanted to go to Anime Expo this past year, or this past year, but wasn't able to. We're actually probably going to plan to go to Anime Expo next year in Los Angeles. So this will kind of, I guess, be a little bit of a mini test run to see. So if you're going to Anime Impulse, yourself, don't hesitate to freaking say hello. if you see us walking in the hall area, in the convention hall and stuff like that. So yeah, but other than that, that's basically all I gotta say. So yeah, and then on my boy's channel, he will actually be doing a vlog of our time there. So I'll probably make like a freaking community post linking it to that video if you guys want to get, you know, our vlog thoughts and stuff like that. So yeah, but other than that, that's all I gotta say. So if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Clevatess content or any other stuff that I upload to the channel. Until then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day. Until then, guys, peace.